Welcome back, ladies. In this video I will show you how to change rear pads and rotors. In this case we're putting drilled rotors in the back of this 5th gen Camaro. So any Camaro from 2010 and up will be the same procedure. Now if you want to know how to do it in the front, check out my channel for that. I also have a video on how to do that, as you can see there. So let's begin by taking the wheel lug nuts off. These are 22mm lug nuts. Okay, now the first thing to do here is try to push the pistons in a little bit. So you put a little pry bar between the pads and the caliper, just like that. And as you can see, it's nice and loose. All you need is a little bit. And now you go ahead and start assembling this. Alright, first thing to note here is how far in these pins are. So it's slightly protruding from the caliper here. So make sure when you assemble this back together, it's the same way. And the bracket here faces the same way. So now you're going to take a punch, put it right here on this pin, and knock the bitch out. And over here you just press this in and it pops right out the pin. Now the bottom pin, same procedure. And grab the bracket, push it back, and everything comes right off. Now you take the pads out. Make sure you see where the sensor is, the wear sensor is, so you can put the new pads in the same way. In this case, one should be here and the other one should be down here. Now take the second pad out, just like butter. Alright, now you have two caliper to spindle bolts here, 18mm bolts. Now what you're going to do is, if you don't have a torque wrench, you can just take some whiteout and mark the bolt and the spindle. Just put a line down the middle and just align that once you put it back on. And make sure you put the top bolt where the top position is and the bottom. So make sure to note the positions too. Now over here on the bolt, I'm just going to put a T to mark, or an X to mark it that it's a top bolt. And the same thing on the bottom. I'm just going to put a line down the bottom over here. Alright, now what I'm going to use here, I can't use my impact gun here, so I'm going to use a ratchet, half-inch ratchet with a cheater bar at the end of it, just to get enough leverage to crack these bolts loose. Just like that. Now the bottom one. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these off. Alright, now keep a hand on the caliper and take the bolts off so the caliper doesn't drop once you take these out. The top one I marked, the bottom has no mark. Now this whole thing comes right out. Now don't let the caliper hang by the rubber hose. Put a little bungee cord in here and strap it. That's right, strap it to the spring, and you're good. See? No tension there. Now you have a T30 screw here, Torx. So you just gotta crack that loose. You can also use an impact driver here to do that, if that doesn't come off. And if it really doesn't come off, you're gonna have to drill that out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that off. Alright, now you can take the rotor off. Make sure the emergency cable isn't pulled up, because the rotor's not going to come off. So go ahead and slide this bad boy right off, just like that. And that's the emergency cable mechanism here. It goes against the rotor right here. So if it was on, if you're pressing on it, you won't be able to take it off. Alright, now put the new rotor on. Make sure you align the hole for the screw. So just put that bad boy on just like that. And now as you tighten this down, don't go too crazy. Just snug. Really good. Now you can take the caliper off the bungee cord and just like that. And over here, make sure these rubber boots around the pistons aren't cracked or messed up, because water could get in there and could seize the piston. And you might want to push these in a little bit by hand. Same thing on this side. Make sure you inspect everything. So grab the top bolt, in this case we'll put a mark on it, and hold the caliper with one hand and put the bolt in with the other. Move around the caliper so you can find the threads, and you insert it from behind. My favorite place to be, because I'm Greek. And I'll catch the bottom bolt. And that caught. So I'm just going to drive these down and align the white marks. So the mark in this case is right there. So that has to go up here. And that's aligned with the mark. I don't know if you can see it too well, but the mark is right there. Now do the bottom. Alright. Now the bottom is aligned too with the white mark. So we're good. Now put the new pads in. These pads don't need any anti-squeal back here. Anti-squeal, sorry. Because it has a shim back here, so it's not going to squeal. A vibration shim. I'm going to go ahead and install these now on. Alright, now put these in. If it doesn't go in this easily, you can rock it back and forth a little bit to push those pistons in. And that one's in. Now the second one. And now the second one. Pins, I'm going to take some really fine sandpaper and just clean them up slightly, just until they're shiny and the rust is off. You don't have to go too crazy, there's very little here. And the same thing with the other one. As you can see, it's nice. Alright, now you take your pin and you lube the shaft right where it touches the brake pads, just slightly. You don't have to go too crazy. And now you could insert this in the hole from behind. put the metal bracket in there, just like this. And make sure you align everything. Just like that. And now you can just knock the pin in place. Now that this is aligned with all the holes, you go ahead and tap this side in. Until it's flush here with the caliper. Same procedure on the second one. You lube your shaft just a little bit where the contact points are with the pads. Then you insert it from the rear. You insert it back here. And over here you gotta press this down. And align it just like that. Now you can just knock it in. Knock it in place. Alright, until it's flush here, and then you can see it pop out here. So that's pretty much it. And follow the braking procedure for the manufacturer. And thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. You know you want to. Like me, share me, do the hell you want to me. There's plenty of clown to go around. See ya!